No sourdough starter, no kneading, no baking skill requires. This is an easy bread for busy people. Hey, what's up? Today we are going to make an easy bread which is a little bit tastier and of course healthier than normal bread. And if you never made bread in your life and you don't have time to make sourdough bread, this is a good recipe to start your baking journey. Because I think this recipe can fit in your weekend schedule easily. So let's get into this, shall we? Alright, 12 hours in advance we need to make something like a starter that they call it Poolish. We need 100 grams of water, a pinch of yeast, I'm using instant yeast, and 100 grams of flour. This is the secret of Italian pizzeria. That's how they bring flavor to the dough. And that's the only amounts of yeast we are going to add to this recipe. And that's what makes this recipe healthier and tastier. 12 hours later, we have something like this. Go ahead and mix your dough. 150 grams of water, add your Poolish, 250 grams of flour, 7 grams of salt. As I said, this is a no kneading bread. We just want to mix the dough and make sure there is no dry spots. Use the best tools you have, your hands. And once it's mixed beautifully, cover it and let it rest for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, wet up your hands and the surface you are going to use. Gluten is stronger now because of that 30-minute rest. Bring the dough on the surface. Just bring the dough together. Simply just fold all of the edges. Turn the dough and with the help of the surface, we create tension as much as we can. And we round the dough up. Until it's smooth and elastic and no longer stick to your hands. Then transfer it into the bowl and let it rest for 1 hour. After 1 hour, the dough rises a little bit and it's ready for coil fold. When I said this recipe can fit in your weekend schedule, I mean it. On Saturday morning, you can make your Poolish, and by the evening, the Poolish is ready. You can mix your dough, and by the end of the night, shape the dough, put it into the fridge, and the day after, bake it and enjoy a fresh loaf of bread. That's the beauty of this recipe. Alright, after 2 hours of rest, the dough finished its bulk fermentation, and as you can see, it's released from the side and you see lots of bubble and fermentation on the dough. So you know the dough is ready. Use a little bit of flour, release the dough from the bowl, bring it on the surface, and now time to shape the dough. Fold all of the edges in the center, flip the dough and round it up with the help of the surface again. We don't want to push the dough so much. We just want to create tension. Transfer the dough into the banneton. If you don't have, you can use basket or any bowl. 1 hour room temperature, then into the fridge for cold fermentation. The day after, bring a baking paper, transfer the dough. Time to score the dough with any razor or sharp knife you have in your kitchen. Use a little bit of flour. I'm going to use a bread knife to score my bread. One quick confidence deep score. Transfer it into the preheated Dutch oven or any heavy pot you have in your kitchen. You can use it. Or even cover it with an upside down bowl. Put the lid into the oven, 240 for 20 minutes with the lid, and then take off the lid and bake for another 20 minutes or until it's dark and beautiful. And check it out. beautiful crumb. Soft, nice, then amazing smell. This recipe maybe encourage you to bake more bread. And who knows, maybe someday you're gonna bake sourdough bread. It's an amazing bread for less than 1 gram of yeast and that long fermentation, right? Alright, that was it. If you like this video, you can like the video and subscribe my channel. Like always, keep baking and take a good care of yourself.